is the Fox 5 News Block.
Another ICE detainee who escaped from Delaney Hall in Newark has been captured. One more is on the loose. And New York City Comptroller and mayoral candidate Brad Lander arrested by ICE in Lower Manhattan, all caught on camera. His wife speaking out this afternoon. Hello, everybody. I'm Antoine Lewis. Welcome to the News Block. We'll get to those top stories in a moment. But first, let's take a live look outside, Nick, where clouds have been in all the day. But what's this afternoon going to look like? How are you?
Kind of what you see is what you get there, Antoine. Unfortunately, no change in this pattern for now. There will be change, though, as we go through the week ahead, though. And again, it's another day. We're only in the 60s, 66 down in the city, 64 in the Hamptons, low 60s to Bridgeport, high 60s down to the Jersey Shore. Southeast, east wind persisting, 5-10 miles an hour. So pretty light, but that's bringing enough low-level moisture in. So we have these low clouds, some mist around, some fog in spots, too. See, on the big picture, though, again, there are some showers off to the west here again, just about the Pittsburgh area, and you can see where they're advancing towards us, those scattered showers down into Tennessee. So we'll be dealing with that tonight. You'll see that here in our futurecast, that the clouds will stick around, and again, the showers will kind of move in. Some of them start to break apart as they get towards us, but definitely keep the umbrella handy for showers at just about any point. Tomorrow, same deal. We're going to start out with clouds, some fog. Some showers may pop up as we head on into the afternoon. Again, a couple of thunderstorms actually may even pop up at some point later on tomorrow. And then a little bit of sunshine coming back as we start Thursday. That's going to warm things up, too, probably getting up close to 90. But again, there'll be the risk of some showers and thunderstorms as we get on into the afternoon. 60s tonight, again, with some showers around. Tomorrow, we'll be pushing the lower 80s around the city and north and west. But again, scattered showers and maybe even a thunderstorm. Antoine?
We'll keep the umbrellas. Thank you so much, sir. Now to breaking news. Cameras rolling as New York City Comptroller and mayoral candidate Brad Lander, as you can see, they're arrested by ICE in Lower Manhattan. This unfolded at an immigration court hearing as Lander attempted to escort a defendant out of that hearing as agents tried to take that man into custody. Morgan Mackay joining us now from Lower Manhattan with all the details. Hello.
Hey, Antoine, the Department of Homeland Security confirming for us that City Comptroller and mayoral candidate Brad Lander was arrested for allegedly assaulting law enforcement and impeding a federal officer. Now, according to his staff who were there when Lander was arrested, an immigrant just had his case dismissed pending further appeal. And as he was leaving, Lander and his staff linked arms with the immigrant to escort him out. Now, we're going to show you video here. This video is from his staff. Masked ICE agents then appeared to take the immigrant into custody. Lander tried to step in between the ICE agents and the immigrant and asked if they could provide a judicial warrant for this arrest. According to Lander's staff, no one provided any warrant, and instead Lander was then arrested and taken into custody. According to his staff, Lander's NYPD detail is still with him currently. He also has with him a personal lawyer and a city lawyer that was provided for him. Homeland Security sent a statement saying, in part, quote, "Our heroic ICE law enforcement officers face a 413% increase in assaults against them. It is wrong that politicians seeking higher office undermine law enforcement safety to get a viral moment. No one is above the law, and if you lay a hand on a law enforcement officer, you will face consequences." Lander's wife also spoke after the incident.
I was next to him, and his arms were locked, and he did not let go. And there was a scrum of people, and I was pushed to the side, none too gently, pushed to the side. And Brad was saying, "I need to see a judicial warrant. Where's the warrant? What's your name? What's your badge number?" And they did not respond. So it's a paramilitary situation in there. It is not the rule of law.
Now, several other mayoral candidates like Zoran Mamdani and Scott Stringer have also come out here to show their support for Lander. We're waiting now to see if Lander will be released or if he'll have to be arraigned at federal court. Reporting live, I'm Morgan Mackay. Antoine, back at you.
All right, Morgan, good report. Thank you. New developments to tell you about out of the Middle East as the conflict between Israel and Iran ramps up. This as the president today calling for Iran's unconditional surrender after leaving the G7 summit in Canada early. Trump now back at the White House, closely monitoring the situation with his national security team. Rebecca Castor has the very latest from Washington.
Well before sunrise, President Trump returned to Washington to be in place as commander-in-chief as Israel and Iran launch a new round of attacks.
He has some evaluations and decisions to make. We know he does not want a wider war. The number one goal here is to contain Iran.
Israel and Iran are on their 5th day of fighting, and Israeli officials believe their strikes have significantly set back Iran's nuclear program.
We've taken out their main enrichment facility at Natanz. We've taken out their conversion facility in Isfahan. We're on the road to victory, and we're deeply grateful for President Trump's support of what we are doing.
Right now, the U.S. is not involved offensively in the conflict, but the Pentagon says U.S. forces are standing by.
Our job is to be strong. We are postured defensively in the region to be strong in pursuit of a peace deal.
Meanwhile, Iranians are fleeing to neighboring countries after Trump warned on social media that civilians should evacuate Tehran immediately. The president says he's not interested in a ceasefire and has his sights set on something bigger.
And then a real end, not a ceasefire. And then
for American troops to get involved, President Trump would need approval from Congress, but even Republicans are split on U.S. intervention. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
The FBI says another migrant detainee who escaped from Delaney Hall holding facility in Newark last week, Franklin Norberto Bautista Reyes, is now back in custody. So authorities are now offering a $25,000 reward for this man, Andreas Mogollon, and he was previously arrested on burglary charges. 2 other detainees who escaped have already been recaptured. Today, the judge in the Sean Diddy Combs case was furious when court went into session. The judge scolding both the prosecution and the defense over leaked information that appeared in an online article. That judge warning that someone defied the gag order and they could face civil, even criminal charges. Meanwhile, a federal special agent was back on the stand testifying that records show how Combs charged thousands of dollars of hotel furniture and room damage from alleged freak-offs to his businesses. The prosecution says it hopes to have its case wrapped by tomorrow. Today, former New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez beginning his 11-year prison sentence for bribery charges. The Federal Bureau of Prison confirming Menendez is in custody at the Federal Correctional Facility in Minersville, Pennsylvania. Last week, a federal appeals court rejected last-ditch efforts by Menendez to remain free on bail. His wife, Nadine, convicted in April of accepting bribes. Her sentencing is set for September. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back.
Are you ready for the ultimate entertainment experience? Spectrum is bringing together the streaming apps you love. Plus, live TV for sports, entertainment, and news. All in one place, across your devices. So no matter when or where you are, it's all here. Spectrum.
Welcome back to the News Block. Tonight, the Rent Guidelines Board will be holding a hearing, and the public will be allowed to speak on the board's proposed rent adjustments for rent-stabilized apartments on 1- and 2-year leases. The hearing will take place at 2537 Broadway in Manhattan between 5 and 8 p.m. tonight. Those who wish to speak, however, must register on site. A youth-specific basketball training facility is coming to Brooklyn. The New York Liberty and the Brooklyn Nets are behind the program, which aims to unlock young players' full potential on and off the court. The facility will be called Brooklyn Basketball and will feature multiple courts, a shooting lab, and all kinds of cutting-edge technology. Registration for summer camps as well as fall programming can be found online at brooklyn-basketball.com. Well, for many, smartphones were a game changer, but now the generation that grew up with them says they're old news, so some are turning to a phone that many of us are familiar with and may even miss. Arthur Chien shows us why Gen Z is tossing out the smartphones and turning towards the BlackBerry.
Remember these? Well, BlackBerries, once the phone of choice, are seeing a resurgence in popularity, not among millennials or Gen Xers, but Gen Zers, who are in their teens and 20s. Trading in their iPhones for a BlackBerry. Nostalgia tech it's called, and it's gone viral.
One of my friends did it. It's like disconnecting, like not addicting to your phone anymore. It's like your phone's for very basic, like calls and stuff like that.
This desire to ditch smartphones and go retro isn't new. Phone addictions, addictive algorithms, and other mental health issues brought on by smartphones has more and more people asking if they are using their smartphone or if the technology is using them. Gen Zers are now the first generation to untrap themselves.
Gen Z over the last few years has been the one category, the one generation that has slowed down their internet use, their social media use.
There aren't any new BlackBerry phones hitting the market, so Gen Zers are scouring online markets to find old ones or raiding their parents' stash of old tech. Risa has 3 Gen Z children, and she's more apt to dig it out than her kids.
The keyboard was better, and it operated more for business.
While taking a step back from technology has its obvious appeal, the technologists we talk to say there's a problem here. These phones do a lot more than dumb phones or BlackBerries do, whether it's paying with Apple Pay or getting in the subway system by using Omni. And they say once that reality sets in, this trend becomes far less popular. Experts say one can still take control back while keeping their smartphones by distancing them.
Putting them away at night, leaving them in a different room, again, putting apps on their phone to make sure that that they don't have the ability to be able to go, and then also track their time so that they can literally see by trends how often they're going on social media.
And finally, with this BlackBerry trend, based on feedback we got on the streets, iPhones in particular are hard to pry out of the hands of New Yorkers, whether they be Gen Zers or not.
This is all I know.
Disconnecting from the Upper West Side, Arthur Chien, Fox 5 News.
All right, Arthur, thank you. So as we take a live look outside, we see clouds, and Nick, we knew what the morning was like, but I guess we all have questions now about the afternoon and evening.
Yeah, and it's an easy answer. It's what you see is what you get. Nothing's changing, Antoine. Unfortunately, the clouds, the mist, the shower threat's going to continue. And you can see on the radar here, again, there are more showers off to the west here as you get into parts of Pennsylvania, even a couple of thunderstorms. I don't think we'll see the thunderstorms here tonight, maybe tomorrow afternoon, though. But we have showers again in the forecast tonight into tomorrow morning. And when it's not doing that, again, there'll be some mist and drizzle around until this, really 2 frontal boundaries have to kind of make it on through here. But once it does happen, we've been in this cool weather trend for a while. It's going to heat up pretty nicely end of the week and over the weekend. So watch our futurecast here again tonight. The clouds stick around. Here comes some showers in from the west. And again, tomorrow morning out the door, showers again will be threatening. Rest of the day, mainly cloudy. Maybe a little break of sun in the afternoon, but again, showers, some thunderstorms may pop up late afternoon on into the evening. Thursday will start with some sunshine, and that will give into some clouds and a potential for some thunderstorms Thursday afternoon on into Thursday night. 65 tonight with, again, a little patchy fog, showers around and close to 60 most suburbs tomorrow. Humid day, lots of clouds. We should break 80. Showers, some thunderstorms, though, from time to time, but not raining all the time. So, Thursday, sun and clouds will get up to near 90. The thunderstorm threat late in the day into Thursday night. Summer arrives late Friday, and it'll start feeling like it. Look at that, 85. Hey, we're going to break the chain, though, Antoine, this weekend. Sunshine, dry, even getting up to 90 Sunday and into the low 90s next week.
Keep it coming.
You got it.
We'll take it. Thank you, Nick Gregory. And everybody, that is your news block for now. I am Antoine Lewis. Thank you so much for joining us. Next news coming up at 5. We'll see you then.